Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Now, let's have a look at some stocks on the move today here in Europe. I'm Caroline Hepke and I'm joined by Bloomberg reporter Chloe Mallet. Good morning, Chloe. Let's start with Novo Nordisk. Stock down, facing a negative impulse. Why?
Well, it was downgraded to an underweight rating by Morgan Stanley this morning, and so that was driving the stock down, But Morgan Stanley noted a really weak prescription growth for GLP-1s going forward, and also growing competition in that space. So analysts said that they did not see kind of any major positive catalyst going forward, and that they saw a low probability of success for the Evoke trial, which is the clinical trial to see if GLP-1s can be effective for Alzheimer's. Novo has been obviously under quite a lot of pressure in recent months. It's dealt with management changes that kind of rattled the market. Most recently, it was the European pharma company that was the worst hit by the news that Trump was setting the stage for those tariffs on branded drugs, because it was the tariffs except if the company is building a manufacturing base in the US, and because the key ingredient in Wegovy and Ozempic is made in Denmark, it was under a lot of pressure last week on the back of that. So this is just really another setback for the company. It's worth noting we're only at 2 sell ratings for Novo, so there's still some confidence in the stock, and it was recently raised to a buy at Berenberg, but so some analysts are still keen, but this downgrade by Morgan Stanley will be noted and was this morning.
Yeah, okay, so that's very interesting on Novo Nordisk. Have you seen around London, as I have, the move GLP-1 affecting fashion trends, affecting the sorts of foods that are being offered, not just in restaurants, but even in fast food chains?
Yeah, absolutely.
Extraordinary, isn't it? That sort of change, how much it does seem to be affecting societies. Let's stick with the pharma theme. GSK announcing a change at the top of the company.
Yeah, indeed. So CEO Emma Walmsley is stepping down after almost 9 years at the company. She'll be replaced on January 1st by Luke Miels, who is currently the Chief Commercial Officer at GSK. So under Walmsley's watch, the shares have fallen about 11%. GSK did pretty well overall, and there was some guidance upgrades throughout the years, etc. But they have fallen a little bit, and she has been facing pressure from investors about the company's drug pipeline. So there's real concern from investors over whether the company had the right strategy to meet the 40 billion pounds in sales target that it had set out, which is 40 billion in sales by 2031. So the new CEO, Miels, has been working on kind of growing the company's drug portfolio, especially in oncology. And so by the way that the shares have reacted, which was quite positively, it seems that the market is quite keen on Miels and confident that he might be able to kind of rebuild that pipeline.
Yeah, absolutely. She's stepping down in January.
Yeah,
She's been there something like 8 years, since about 2017. So yes, Emma Walmsley, surprise resignation, surprise departure at GSK. Lufthansa, lastly, planning job cuts.
Yeah, and quite a lot, actually. So it plans to cut 4,000 administrative jobs by 2030, which is kind of a reduction in workforce on a scale that we've not seen since the pandemic for that airline sector. The move is expected to generate about 300 million euros in annual savings, and for Lufthansa, it's really all about trying to rebuild that profitability. It's been dealing with quite a lot of challenges lately. There was the fallout from pilot strikes, which was really disruptive to operations. There's slow aircraft deliveries, which have pushed back the transition to more kind of fuel efficient models, and then it's also been dealing with an underperforming mainline airline that's really weighed on results. Last year, the group was forced to lower the guidance twice, and it also fell short of the medium-term margin targets that it laid out in 2021. So the market reacted quite positively to really drastic measures to kind of get that margin back on track for Lufthansa.
Yeah, 4,000 jobs to go by 2030.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.